Yes, it's that time once again. It's that day of the week where it's the time for things and stuff and things. It is Lycans in the Stream. And welcome, Rick. First person here as always, I love it. How are you, sir? A little coffee there. And hello, Misfit, and we have one beat 'em up, yes. Yes, we do. And one blast 'em up. Oh, crud, that reminds me. I need to take care of something real quick, because I totally forgot to do so before. If Firefox will cooperate. Bear with me a moment, folks. Yeah, I'm just doing something to make things a little easier on me. As such, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment, so forgive me for that. But I will catch up on that in a moment. Well, this kind of sucks. I'm getting maps for one of the games, and this one person made some really great, just practical looking maps. And but he only made it to the first 4 levels. Yeah, so the yeah, so these later ones kind of suck ass. Ugh. And hello, Scorn. Very good to see you. Yeah, so this might be a little problem. Okay. Alright, that should work fine. Fortunately, one of the levels is symmetrical. And the other one, yeah, you just, yeah, well, the other one I'm just going to have to get lucky, I suppose. Yes, barf. I always wondered if that was just an onomatopoeia and they actually were vomiting, but I'll have to remember to say that later. That's a pretty good one. Yeah, you know, we're in trouble if I'm complimenting myself before I even start. And, oh no, hell, I forgot to do something else. Jeez. My sleep schedule was so weird, screwed up over the last couple of days, and I did so much in so little time yesterday. I thought I had done everything, but I missed something. Actually, missed a couple things. So we'll just fix that real quick. Yeah, I'm like Jerry Lewis. I'm the absent-minded streamer. Huh? Just I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. That's a horrible lie. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. I'll do for right now. Yeah. You get to see how the fudge is made. Around the corner. Okay. That voodoo that I do, moderately okay. Okay. Get your timer out. I am totally on the ball tonight. Just no mistakes whatsoever. Nothing is wrong. I am doing things perfectly. Perfect, 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 perfect. I am Kurt Hennig. Okay. Alright. And timer 3, 2, 1. All these alien invasions really make me sick. Welcome to Alien Syndrome for the NES, originally in the arcade by Sega, but brought to the NES by Tengen, aka Atari. Alien Syndrome had its original debut in the arcade in 1987, as I mentioned, as a Sega title. And then in the following year, 1988, it just started appearing all over the place. Some of the systems it went to were the Famicom, the Master System, of course, MSX, Amiga, Atari ST, the Amstrad CPC, and the Commodore 64. The NES version wouldn't come along until 1989 under the Tengen label for obvious reasons. Sega wasn't a NES licensee. For that matter, neither was Atari, but they figured out a way to get around the lockout chip, and, I guess the enemy of my enemy is my distribution partner. Incidentally, 89 also saw a ZX Spectrum release, and it wasn't until 1992 that Alien Syndrome made it to the Game Gear and the X68000. There was one more appearance of Alien Syndrome in the United States in 2007. There was a sequel by the same title that was released for, of all combinations, the Wii and the PSP. It was incredibly poorly reviewed, however, which pretty much killed any possibility of the series continuing from there. But there was also one other reappearance, a series called Sega Ages, primarily in Japan, did remakes of classic Sega properties, and this was one of them. It was actually redone as a polygonal twin-stick shooter. Think along the lines of Smash TV. And that was released on the Japanese PlayStation 2 and the Saturn being where the series started, but later made it to the Xbox 360 and PS3 and the Switch digitally as Sega Ages Online. So that's basically the information I have for this. So, with all of the preliminaries aside, let's get down with the sickness. And had no sound there for some reason. Cool little title theme there, and I like the wagging alien tail. Your comrades are in danger. Exit stage right. The battle has just begun, but this guy is only half involved in it. That looks for all the world like the thing in Contra 3 that pulled the doors aside. So you can do two-player simul if you want, and as usual, I'm going to be playing the female character, Mary. There's no difference between the two at all. Round 1, we start on the chainsaw ship. So we need to rescue our comrades here, and you can see by where they are there on the map. where you need to go to rescue them. We got a time because it said the bomb was set. Okay, now, fortunately in this early area, the aliens are really slow and really weak. I don't know what the S is supposed to be. I use turbo anyway, so I've never really been able to figure out an appreciable difference. And as you can see, you can just fire right through the crewmates, and they'll be perfectly fine. Very nice to have blast-proof crewmates. And here we have the flamethrower. Yes, they hate fire. All aliens hate fire. Ellen Ripley will tell you this. This I don't like too much. This is the weapon I love. The laser. That's why. Enemy penetration. It will not penetrate through walls, unfortunately, but you don't really need it to. Just line it up and take care of the enemies really quickly. And I could pick up that laser, but there's no point. It's not going to double the power or anything. Those question marks are just points. Exit we'll have to return to in a moment. Nothing special needed to open those gates, fortunately. And the W warps us. To where, I have no idea. Which is, why it's kind of a crapshoot. So let's see where the last one is. Okay, all the way up in the left corner. GB Alien Syndrome, yes. The aliens are from the Kauai Nebula. I will display FB, which stands for Fireball, at another time. And the boss, Hugger. It's Bailey. Hugger is only vulnerable when it opens the center section to release the little alien shrimp or whatever the hell they are. You'll find the phrase whatever the hell they are to be a recurring theme in this game. Yep. And one problem with Alien Syndrome, some of the hitboxes are kind of suspect. Hugger is very hard to hit sometimes, but fortunately he doesn't take a whole lot of shots to kill. No. And just like that, I have run out of things to say about him. The ghost in the robe. Also, one other thing I can say, actually, Hugger was the alien that was featured on the arcade flyer for this game. And second form, of course. But it only takes a couple of shots and it explodes. And the ROM, by the way, is corrupted, so you're going to see those things in the upper left corner. And pause for a second so I can switch to the next map. Okay. Alright, now I'll go ahead and show you the fireball. Not much to it. It's just long range and it doesn't explode on contact or anything. Very inferior version of the fire weapon from Super C, basically. Okay. See, real space warriors ask for directions. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened there. As far as I know, there isn't a screen wipe attack in this game. It's Power Glove. Between fire and fireball, I would much rather have fireball, though. Because it's just really kind of dangerous to let the aliens get too close. You know, just always with, you know, saving the people in these games, why can't they just run to the exits on their own? You know, just saying. You know, make it easier on me, you know. I'm trying to help you, but you got to help yourselves too. Oh, quick proof of concept. Yeah, that's bad. Don't do that. Oh, and I'd like to note the completely non-copyright infringing alien designs here. Yeah, these are totally different. They're grammatical aliens. They bleed assonance. Incidentally, yes. Okay, now we're cooking. Ironically, I say now we're cooking after I get rid of the fire weapon. Good thing also the timer stops when you're looking at the map, so always a plus there. Oh yeah, I told you, Hugger. Yeah, someone got original WWE Bailey and mutated her. Like, they crossed her genetics with one of those wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men she used to have. And things just went terribly wrong. I'm willing to blame John Laurinaitis, but then again, I'm willing to blame him for just about anything. I don't remember if I mentioned it before, by the way, but you can't do anything about the spawners, no matter what weapon you have. They're just going to always be there. And you get a little time bonus when you are ready to face the boss. So running out of time is really only a concern while you're in the main area. And this is Asophi. As you can see, it only takes a couple of shots to get rid of the shielding. And you can get in a fair few hits if you can get horizontal with them, but you really need to be careful about that. And the target, as you can see, is his mouth. Not always easy to line up exactly. I hear enough. Yep. Asophy is a relatively easy target, but you know, he's big enough and he will happily move down to your level to let you shoot him. But the problem is the actual hitbox is very precise, and he doesn't stay there very long. Throwing all those other things out there for you to dodge doesn't help either. As you can see, you can kind of hit him on the upper lip. And he does not have a second form, and there's a wrench in him for some reason. But we have left him behind in a pool of his own Nickelodeon gack. Okay. Setting my Area 3 map. So now we're down onto a planet of some type. And very weird-ass aliens that spin their eyeballs at you. Okay, I'm just going to rewind that. This is the area where I tend to lose the most time, because there's a lot of dead ends. So, on the rare chances you get to actually... Damn it! Nah! No. I will not spin for you. Good God, these guys have a lot of eyes. On the rare chances you actually get to view a map in this level, you definitely want to take advantage of it. I'll take it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I want to go back down and around. These things kind of look like somebody squished Kermit the Frog. Hey ho, Kermit the Frog here to throw my eyeballs at you. You human scum. I'm going to fuck you up. Wow, you're just dangling on the precipice there. I don't know if you were waiting for a rescue or trying to end it all. Okay, so I think one is in the upper left corner. Yes. I kind of try to avoid the warp, considering I showed it off to show it off, basically. But there's no real consistency as to where you're going to end up. If there were distinct warp points, I would be a little more liable to use it, but as it is, no. Don't need the map, thank you. Points, gimme. And now we have Takedi. who is actually pretty easy to deal with, relatively speaking, because he only has 2 attacks. The first is to send the eyeball orbs out at you, and the second are these red eels. You just have to be careful not to let anything build up. Having the laser really does help here, because you can power your way through the stuff that Takeda throws at you. Also, staying inside the arc of the eyes is the easiest way to avoid them. And you just shoot the empty eye sockets and you can really layer on some damage. And someone got... someone just poured salt on him. And question mark Jicano. Okay. Alright. Well, we have gone through the first 3 levels of Alien Syndrome. We have gotten a lot of our people out of harm's way. And I think that's going to be good for a first session of it. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. And always remember, when it comes to aliens, kill it with laser. Until we game again. Cut. Okay, need a quick... Incidentally, all these maps that I went through the trouble to download, I happened to glance at them while I was playing and realized that these are not the map layouts at all. So these are potentially something for a totally different version. Excuse me. These are something by a potentially totally different version that got misfiled in the NES part of GameFAQs. And hello, Shinmajin. And I mentioned that in the intro. I never did. And from what I understand, I was not missing anything. It was apparently universally panned. It did strike me as odd as to why you would do a game for just the Wii and the PSP. You know, I would think if you were going to do a portable version of a Wii game, it would be on the DS. But what do I know? Okay. Let's set this aside real quick. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll be back in a moment. And 3, 2, 1. Copyright infringing aliens attacking us from across space and time? Great Ridley Scott! Welcome to Alien Syndrome. And last time we went through stages 1, 2, and 3. So we are currently on stage 4, which I think is some sort of space station, virtual reality grid, razor wire fence. I have no idea what's going on here. But this is where time starts getting tight. So let's see if we can manage to navigate through things and avoid not only the aliens, but also a subpoena. Okay, that's a dead end. Don't go that way. And I can walk on this stuff. That's good to know. So the aliens, as you notice, are starting to get faster. And they're also starting to fire more often. Speaking of fire more often, she just ate a fireball right through the crotch, but whatever. And I am happy to have the laser very quickly. I'm also happy to have a map very quickly. Okay, this is the symmetrical area, so this is good. The easiest thing about this, it's all divided into 4 parts, and all I have to do to save time to the exit is tackle the northeast quadrant last. So I am very satisfied with that. This is another problem with this level. Some of those shots are hard to see, and they travel very quickly. Oh, that's right, that's some kind of speed shot. I don't know what the hell it's about, but it doesn't do me anywhere near as much good as the laser, so we ain't taking it. God damn it. I think these aliens are what happens to purple jello if it's left in the back of the fridge too long. Now, as you can see, you can get fairly close up to the aliens and not running right into them, but it is pretty dangerous to do so. Yeah, that's the outcome I wanted. And that's exactly what you don't want, a whole bunch of aliens immediately outside the door. And I cannot believe I did not get tagged by that one. Let me just... I missed one outside the door, but that's fine. I can go back out and pick her up. Oh, this is apparently an all-female crew. Judging by the character sprites. Or maybe I didn't miss someone. They tend to clip the corners of the map sometimes when they put the red dots in. Got caught in the door there. Fuckage. Fuckage. Wait a fucking minute, I just walked right past the exit, didn't I? Wow, that was dumb. This is Halfa. And Halfa, again, not too difficult to deal with. You're going to peg him in the mouth. I think. Yeah, right in the kisser. But you can also get him in the nose, it looks like. So that makes him a little bit easier to layer some shots on than some of the others. You do have to be careful when he fires, though, because his the alignment on his shots changes since he sticks his head up, or sticks his neck up, rather. So he's going to fire a little bit higher than where his initial head is. Damn, I was trying to get rid of those things. I think you can hit him while he is firing, but it's not easy because he doesn't keep his head in that position too long. Yeah, I know where to go there. Okay, yes, you can. Since he doesn't stay put there, it's not always easy to get beat on him. And no goop unless it something was messed up by the bad ROM dump. And again, what do you expect from an unauthorized game? And a map right away. I'm very happy for that. Okay, another symmetrical level, and these are just alien nutsacks. You know, let's not dance around it. These are alien balls sliding along the ground. And they are annoyingly fast and can turn on a dime, which make them probably my least favorite aliens to deal with. Fortunately, like all the aliens, they die in one hit. That is one good thing. None of the aliens are super tanky. Laser me! Laser me! No! 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 This is another one of those games I don't remember how far I got in original playing. You know, back when I just had the NES and my skills didn't get me through. I want to say I managed maybe 2 sections. Yeah, this is another problem here. You cannot rely... Oh, well, thank you for noticing that was a bot, Rick. I was actually about to welcome it. And hello, bot. Bot Matrix. But, yes, thank you for taking care of that. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, so... Okay, yeah, just 3 straight up. And then the exit was back on the right. So, this, again, I don't remember if I just mentioned this, but this, environment looks like a very alien kind of craft, which makes you wonder, what the hell were we all doing here? Was this like a to serve man situation? I don't think the... yeah, you know what? Let's pretend we didn't go in there, because I don't think there was any point to. Let's pretend we didn't go in there, because there wasn't any point to. I think this is where the exit was. Did this lead to the exit possibly? Yes, there it is. Teetsy! That ain't no fly. So, Teetsy is one of those aliens that is among the easier ones to get some shots in. The trade-off, however, is it takes a good amount of shots to bring this guy down. But the good thing, as far as the projectiles, nothing actually homes in on you. You just have to be advised that something isn't about to land right in your face. Field trip, yeah. Okay, everybody, make sure you sign your permission slips for the xenomorph freighter. And strange glitch there. Yeah, all the alien weapons send you back in time 2 seconds instead of hurting you. Very courteous of them, yes. Okay, now this level just sucks. It's very vast, very confusing, and the aliens move quickly, strangely, and fire in really erratic patterns. Or, I'm sorry, they move in erratic patterns and fire very quickly, I should say. The one good thing, however, the spawners are on the walls this time. So you actually have clear running room. You just have to be very careful if you're in a narrow corridor like this one that it doesn't spit one right out at you. And laser, thank you. See, yeah, like that. There is not a lot of warning when that's going to happen. And these guys spawn insanely fast. Okay, did I miss anything there? No. Okay, so next one is up here. Another thing that complicates this, I don't know if you can actually destroy these guys' shots. Most of the other ones you can destroy them, but in this case, I don't know if that's possible. Oh, you might also note the glitching is now starting to affect the regular part of the game, not just the score tabulation. I hit that about perfect time. I think it was about to shoot at me. Okay, what did I miss? Around the middle and then up top. God damn, they come tumbling out of that like a log flume. This is like Action Park in New Jersey, except slightly less dangerous. Where in the hell are you? You're there. Okay, one of you there. And then the last of you is up top. No spinning. Spinning is not allowed. Okay, I have boned this one. But I think it's, I think I can recover. I just have to put some hustle into it. Yeah, I didn't even... I'll give it to you. Nice hiding space. Those do actually kind of remind me of Contra Aliens. A specific one, the ones that were in the mouths in the walls that would open up and fire at you. Okay. Minimore, the alien grasshopper. Now, down there you can get a bunch of shots in on it. The problem is you have to be very careful about where you stand. Like, you got to get down to the bottom of the screen and then just barely edge up. But it is actually the easiest way to get hits in on them. Alien Syndrome is a game with some very picky hitboxes, so whatever you can do to get ahead of that, by all means do so. Yeah, I was off center there. You do want to be careful, by the way, because that lower front leg counts as a hitbox, and it is actually very possible to accidentally run right into it. And oh my god, he blew up and became a inflated sheep baby. Ugh. Yeah, he looks like... He kind of reminds me of Cooties. Remember those toys you could build? Like the bugs you built? And now we have King Kor. Old King Kor was a merry old soul, and a decapitated head was he. Now, King Kor's weak point is actually his head. So as it's rotating around, you want to just kind of pop some laser shots at it. And despite the way this might look, King Kor is actually one of the easier bosses to deal with. The one part that might give you a problem, if you're not careful about when you move to avoid the head, that can be a little nerve-wracking. Also, moving down in front of it when the larger body section, at least I assume that's a body, is firing down towards the bottom of the screen. Against all odds, it actually pays to be a little bit close to King Core as the head's moving around, so you can potentially get the most shots in on him. And your best results will be gained when you're horizontal with them. I don't like lingering vertically around this guy, mainly because it's very easy to misjudge the spin of, or the rotation rather, of the head, and get caught in the top or the bottom of the screen. But yeah, this is all there is to him. For a guy named King Core, you would think he'd have a second form, but alas, he does not. And once in a while, you can sneak a downward shot. That's that. Shoot the core. Shoot the King Core. And yeah, it's like C-Lab when they rescue the thing and then the ship flies right into C-Lab. Epilogue. It's the year 2089. Earth Command troopers Ricky and Mary have completed a dangerous mission to rescue their fellow troopers from the invading alien fleet. In the course of their mission, the brave troopers destroyed the alien spaceships and their evil leaders, blasting them out of the galaxy. Ricky and Mary received the Medal of Honor for their bravery, but the battle has only begun. In the darkest reaches of space, as millions of... God damn it, you're going too fast. In the darkest reaches of space, millions of light years from known territory, the aliens thirst for revenge. When they return, Ricky and Mary will be there, ready to once again fight the alien syndrome. And we apparently have the staff of the second movie in Ridley Scott's trilogy. One interesting thing about this, by the way, there was a set of unused graphics that appeared in the NES and Famicom versions that had Rick and Mary kissing. This was actually what they did in the arcade version, so it was in there, but they decided not to do it because, you know, it was cooties. Although they could have just gotten away with it because, you know, it's not like it was licensed by Nintendo in the first place. You know, they would never have known. 1987 Sega, presented by Tengen. Yes, and the aliens would never again come back for revenge because on the one time they did, it was them doing the exact same thing, and people didn't like it. So they just ignored them and they went away. Here's King Core! Here's King Core! Yeah, exactly. So that is Alien Syndrome. A very simplified and chibified, but still pretty tough run and gun shooter for the NES. I've never actually played the arcade version. It was not something that I saw in arcades when I was young, but I don't know, it might be worth just giving it a shot one day for yucks. So, in the meantime, take care, and may all your kisses be present, if not hidden from view, until we game again. Cut. All right then. Yeah, I've started adopting a new habit, by the way. If I have a game that I sort of remember, but I'm not 100% sure that I can get through it, I try to play through it first before I do it on stream. That may not always be possible because some games are either just too long or there are some games I might want to go into blind. But in the case of most NES games, most of them, they usually didn't take all that long to get through. You know, I can devote a few hours. So, you know, hopefully that will cut down on situations like what happened last week. Uh, yeah, just to drag that out again. Anyhow, I still plan to finish Road Rash off screen. It's just a matter of when I have the patience for it. Uh, okay. Okay. Need a little coffee here. Yes. You're a caffeine fiend, Mean Gene. Okay. All right, and this should be a good one, I hope. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we've got trouble right here in River City with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for playing an awesome game. Welcome to Lycanthropy's gaming space, River City Ransom for the NES. This is a game that I'm sure many people will know. Even though it did not do initially well in when it was released for the NES, it has long since gained a cult following and a great appreciation for everything it did. River City Ransom released in 1989 for both the Famicom and the NES in North America. Developed by Technos Japan and distributed in America by its sister company, American Technos Inc. In Japan, this was known as Downtown Neketsu Monogatari. In the PAL regions, Europe, and otherwise, it was known as Street Gangs. And this is actually part of a Japanese series called the Kunio-kun series. Localized, it's referred to as the River City series. The first in the series was a game called Neketsu Koha Kunio-kun, roughly translated as, get ready for this one, Hot Blood Tough Guy Kunio. And we did actually see this exact game brought over to the United States under the title Renegade. The second game in the series was the second game in the series was Super Dodgeball. I don't know exactly what the name of that was. This was the third to the NES, and then it was followed by a very rare game, good luck if you can find it, called Crash and the Boys Street Challenge. There were many more Kunio-kun games in the Japanese series, but we didn't get all of them in North America. A couple of them that we did actually get were put in under different names and distributed by different companies. One of the most notable being Nintendo World Cup. I'm guessing that was a soccer game. It's not to be confused with Nintendo World Championships. And if Technos Japan sounds familiar, it should. They were the developers behind a lot of really classic games, made up of a few former personnel from Data East. They produced Karate Champ and Tag Team Wrestling for Data East. They were the developers behind Double Dragon 1, 2, 3, and Super, working with both Acclaim and Trade West. And they produced 2 arcade WWF games, WWF Superstars, and one of my personal favorite wrestling games of all time, WWF WrestleFest. American Technos mainly handled localizations. They did, in addition to River City Ransom, Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, Super Double Dragon in coordination with Trade West. They were also responsible for a very bizarre brawler on SNES called the Combat Tribes. So I think that's enough front loading for this, but there's more to say. I'll go through it as we're smacking the crap out of people. So without further ado, let's head down by the river. I often find it problematic because I have literally 4 note cards worth of stuff that I researched for this game, and I just went through almost everything on 2 of them. But fortunately, there's plenty to note here and plenty to talk about. Technos Japan Corp presents select game mode and character. So, Alex and Ryan here. Though if we want, we can rename them. And you know what? Why not? No, that's not right. Wait, yes it is. I might as well. Fortunately, there are no other Lycans in the game, so I feel okay doing this. Excuse me. We're going to go Novice, which was... amazingly enough, Japan tends to tone down a lot of things when it gets sent to North America because, they figure we can't handle it. There was an easy mode in the Famicom version that actually just got taken out. So what would be considered middle in the Famicom version is Novice over here. Sorry, I hold your city captive and Ryan's girlfriend hostage. With my gangs of students and evil bosses, nobody can stop me now. Meet my demands or else. P.S. Alex and Ryan, if you interfere, you'll be in for the fight of your lives. Slick. I found it interesting it didn't accept the name change on there. Hopefully it did here. Yes, it did. Crosstown High, the frat guy's turf. And thank you for the chain. The chain is definitely my favorite weapon. Turbo fire with the chain is pretty damned effective, though. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to get going. And beat up guys, catch the bouncing coins. That's pretty much the deal here. Damn it! You're still here. I know you are. Or maybe you're not. Oh, by the way, we can see how much money we got here. Slick, that jive soul, bro. Yes, indeed. This is an interesting trick for kind of avoiding trouble, because as long as you're up on the walls, nobody's going to mess with you. The generic dude's turf. This is a easy way to cheese people. Gary, Jerry, Barry, Gary. So something about the gangs here. A lot of people seem to think that the gangs were named randomly, but that's not the case. They actually all had pre-programmed names. And I am pretty sure the images for the characters matched up with the names in all cases. And we'll come back to them all in a second. The jocks. Okay. I don't remember if the jocks are supposed to show up this early. Maybe. There's Mama! Is this fun yet? I always interpreted "is this fun yet" as like Slick told them things were going to be fun, and they really aren't, so like Slick's lying to his troops. Ow! Trash can in the head. Those things are brass knuckles, by the way. So, you know, they'll make your punching better, but they're, you know, pathetic as a weapon because no real range. And why the hell do we have a jock wearing glasses? Yeah, these guys lack object permanence, but they will run to where you are relative to the wall. Let's see how much money I have. Okay, might be able to get something decent with that. Let's go shopping, shall we? Rise and Shine Cafe. Let's see, let's have some pancakes. Is this what you would like? Yes. Lycan ate the pancakes, plate and all. That was always my favorite part, like watching the character eat the pancakes. So all of these things will affect your stats in different ways. Just ate the saucer and the cup. Stamina is one of those things that I don't think it fluctuates all that much. Oh, never mind. Hooray, a plate! Well, you know, he's a collector of ceramics. What can I say? Metro Bakery. Good old, let's have a good old honey bun. Now, these things you can actually get to go, which means that you carry them in your inventory and are able to use them at any time. Let's take a look at this real quick so you can see. Belongings. Now, those things over there are for the non-existent player, too. Password, you can generate a password at any time, not necessary here. Level. And that's, you can change the level in mid-game if you really want to. I don't. Your status. So everything starts at a 15. As you can see, we brought our willpower up a bit. Stamina and max power are actually fluctuating stats. Max power is basically your life bar. Stamina is a matter of how quickly it goes down. Punch, kick, self-explanatory. Weapon, also self-explanatory, so is throwing. Agility is how quick you move around. And I don't know if it has anything to do with your jumping ability or not. Defense, when you're blocking, it's a matter of how likely you are to block an attack. And strength is how much damage you do. So all of these things are influenced by the various things that you buy and eat. Or use, for that matter. And finally, help. And the password also keeps track of what bosses you've beaten too, so there is that. But what does help do? You know, don't leave me in the lurch like that. Sushi bar. Let's do some rolls. Play on a shrimp roll. At least this time there's no plate pieces going down his gullet. I'll do it for right now. Okay, and this Grotto bookstore. Okay, so what we have in the bookstores are one of two things. Either books that will teach you different attack techniques, or magazines that will give you stat boosts. So Stone Hands increases your punching power, Dragon Feet increases kicking, Acro Circus, when you're running and you jump, you'll do a tumble that can knock people down. Stone Hands and Dragon Feet, the way they work, when you normally throw a punch or kick, you'll throw one and for each press of the button, and it's normally punch, punch, uppercut, or kick, kick, roundhouse kick. With these Stone Hands, for each press of the button, you'll throw 3 straight punches very quickly. Dragon Feet, for each press of the button, you will throw 3 straight kicks very quickly. And generally speaking, this will take out most every normal enemy. Alas, however, I cannot afford them yet. So we're definitely going to be coming back here. God damn. Well, that was nice of you to put me up on the railing there. Now you see, because I'm doing that roundhouse kick at the end, I can't actually beat him this way. Ah! And he threw me into the mall, the bastard! Moves through books just like Final Fantasy. Yes, exactly. So, blocking is actually fairly easy in this game. All you really have to do is be attacking at the same time they're attacking. And if you're successful, your attack will turn into a block, and we can chuck a motherfucker at another motherfucker. You know, the way it should be. You can even block in midair, though it's not really going to do you much good. And some kind of weird jumping glitch there. I don't know what the hell happened. Give me my chain. There are weapons that do more damage than the chain, but none of them have the same kind of reach the chain does. And it's not just a matter of direction of horizontal reach, there's also diagonal reach to it. Like if I was standing on the wall with this, I could have an easier time hitting enemies with the chain. That might have been it for them. Also, by the way, you have to be really careful if you decide to run through them all, because if you run and you hit an object while you're carrying a weapon, you will fall down and you will drop the weapon, and in the case of being in the mall, you cannot pick the weapon up in that area. As you can see, all of the different gangs react a lot differently. The generic dudes didn't really do a whole lot as far as athleticism. The frat guys will just run right into the fight and be very aggressive. The jocks are somewhere in between. So let's see. I think, yeah, I think I am going to get the... I think I am going to get the Acro Circus. Now, another important thing with the books, you do have to actually use these. Lycan read the book. Acquired a technique called Acro Circus. So Acro Circus now will take up a permanent part of the inventory. I can have a maximum of 8 things. Typically, I end up using 3 techniques. One space I reserve for a pair of shoes, which are things that usually help with agility and kicking. And then the other 4 I use for restorative items. Now, unfortunately, because I have a chain, I can't use the Acro Circus, but there it is. Mama! Just got killed by a man! Also, another big difference in the gangs are what they do with weapons, whether they use them or not, and what they do when they have them. The frat guys are more likely to throw their weapons than most of the gangs. The areas, by the way, are not always dominated by the same gangs. You may have noticed before that... this blows my day. You may have noticed before that one of the areas that was frat guys' turf before, or generic dudes' turf before suddenly became jocks' turf with no real warning. I got a rock. That is literally what that is. That's a rock. I like the fact that they planned ahead and had men's and women's rooms. Oh, incidentally, if somebody throws a rock at you and you have a chain or a one of a couple of other weapons, you can actually deflect the rock right back at them. There is a group of nerds later on, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, one of them is named Linus. Okay, there's another weapon, a stick. And I know a stick doesn't sound all that impressive, but it is one of the better weapons. Especially because you can use it to bat thrown objects back at the enemy. Yeah, River City Ransom is a nicely weapon-heavy brawler. I'm gonna have myself some sushi. Do this just for the halibut. Sorry, not enough money. Come back with more money. Yeah, the shop owners are having none of it if you can't pay for something. No trying to downsell you. They'll just kick you the fuck out. I don't know what arc shell is, but why not? Yeah, whatever it is, I'll just chew it once and swallow it. Weapon 1 up, okay. Always happy to see that. Willpower 2 up. Stamina 49 up. Max power is maxed out. Okay, so I remembered after the scene at the park, I was expecting bosses to show up, but I remembered something that they didn't show up until another boss had already been defeated. And I think that boss appears here. Though I think because of the way they programmed it, it doesn't appear. They don't appear on the first run through because they wanted you to have a chance to heal yourself up. Oh, the manual talks about a couple of moves with weapons. One of which is the human totem pole, where you like pick up a trash can, then somebody else picks up a trash can, and you jump on them. Maybe it isn't here. Sticksville. Curiously few sticks in Sticksville. It's more like Chainsville. Incidentally, to my knowledge, you never actually die in this game if you get completely beaten down. You just lose all your power and you go back to the last mall. Well, that was dumb. Okay, no, it's this area. Trent and Tyler. With the guys, when they're named like Trent and Drake and Clark, you just want to beat the hell out of them, don't you? The boss areas are usually going to only have 4 goons in them. Moose. Hold it. Rocco says punks can't pass. Don't try or you'll leave on crutches. Now, Moose is a member of a gang that we have not seen yet. Biff! I'm fairly sure I beat Biff up already. And crates. There are crates as weapons as well. Fortunately, we can cheese them like this. Hey, stop already. You're hurting me. But as I mentioned, he's a member of a gang we haven't seen yet, called the Mob. Incidentally, we can also pick up people and throw them in that pit if we're so inclined, but that means no money, so I'd rather not do that. Waterfront books. Now these are the magazines and such that we can buy and get stat increases out of them. So let's see. I think we'll do the Comic Times. Read the funnies. That'll make us feel better about things. I don't know if I necessarily get it. Some of those can be fairly esoteric. Chez Wallace. Okay, well, let's have a little bit of onion soup. That's one of my mother's favorite foods. French onion soup. Lycan ate every goddamn thing that was put in front of him. So, just like real life. Stamina 12 up. There is a guide that goes through what all of these things do for you. Mouse? Oh my god, am I going to have to read the Little Red Book? But fortunately, this is not all that expensive. And if I remember, this stuff is actually pretty good for your stats. At least we'll see if that's the case. Yeah, I could go for some garlic pork. Okay, that was a good choice. Yeah, I'm always glad to have weapon get powered up because There is a book technique I am absolutely going to be buying later that helps with your weapon strength. Let's see what we got here. I'll grab me the Mondo Merv. Yeah, so in this place you actually have a choice of whether to get it to go or eat it right there. You know, typical fast food joint. So I'm going to have it to go. Drinks. Milk, iced tea, soda, Merv malt. Yes, carry some milk on the road. I'm sure it'll be fine. Merv fries, Merv rings, apple pie, spicy chili, smile is free. Okay, well, fortunately free is right in my price range right now. Is this what you would like? Thanks. Lycan blushed. Let's do that again. I remember the first time I saw that, my first thought was, why can't I get the smile to go? And I realized, oh, wait, yeah. Because, you know, she's working. Can I just, like, bring your face with me? Jones Pharmacy. Vitamins, Digestol, Recharge, Karmajolt, Omni Elixir. Yeah, I wish... Well, the thing... Yeah! Because, you know, as you can see, you start out with $20, you know, so... If Player 2 couldn't show up and he knew what I was doing, at least he could have done is, you know, spotted me. So all of these things are things you can carry with you on the road, and their primary purpose, aside from the occasional stat boost, is to boost your stamina and max power when you need it. So basically, they're health ups. And there is a more powerful one than what we see here in a pharmacy that we'll see much later on. But unfortunately, I cannot afford anything right now, so thank you. Capitol Avenue Bridge. Roxy. What's up, Lycan? Roxy has news for you. I speak in the third person. Randy and Andy are Sydney's kidnappers. She is locked up on RC High's top floor. Royal Crown Cola High? I heard she's in the far right room. But to rescue her, you must beat the twins. They're both clowns, but are very strong. Not literally clowns. Power up or you'll be in terrible danger. Don't take chances. I am Slick's girl, but I'm on your side. Be careful, please. So this is the first and I think only time we meet Roxy. And this is... she only appears on the bridge this once. After this, a gang takes over the bridge at random. Mama just got killed by a man. I think I made that joke already. But who cares? It's still funny as far as I'm concerned. I didn't mean to throw the chain. So there's the Acro Circus. I need to get more powerful. I think basically more strength in order for it to be a one-hit kill. Because I'm pretty sure I had smacked that guy before. Douche nozzle. There's only one Dirk in video games, and it's the daring. So I'm going to dig into my belongings here. Lycan read the book. Lycan enjoyed the light reading. Very true. Weapon 2 up. I am getting tons of stat boosts in the thing I love the most. Defense 1 up. Willpower 4 up. Very good. And we don't have to keep this around. You know, this is a one and done kind of thing. Let's see. I'm going to have some milk. Lycan drank the milk. Strong bones and all that. Stamina 10 up. 10 up. 10 to the. And I think we'll wash the milk down with a honey bun. Strength 1 up, okay. Stamina 6 up. Max power is maxed out. I'll save the other two things for later. Okay. So, and here we have another set of bosses on the Capitol Avenue Bridge. Benny. Well, look who's come to see us, Clyde. Clyde. Yeah, and it's time you know the rules. So, yeah, these guys don't wait, and they love to surround you. And they love to completely kick my ass. Let's try that over, shall we? So the very first thing you want to do is back yourself up against a wall to minimize the chances of them surrounding you. Lycan has lost all of his power. And half of my money. Okay, so you know what? We're going to save those two for later. Oh, if you couldn't tell, Benny and Clyde and obvious play on Bonnie and Clyde. And the thing is, Benny and Clyde are actually completely optional bosses. Every other boss in the game has to be defeated in order to get to where we need to go. You can skip right by Benny and Clyde easily. And that is a lead pipe. All things considered, that is the most damaging weapon that you can have in the game. But, what the hell there? Okay, I rarely ever see somebody throw one of their own guys. That was interesting. But yeah, the lead pipe is the most damaging weapon in the game. I don't usually see the jocks have it, though. And honestly, I don't usually see it occurring this early. The gang I usually see with the lead pipe are the mob. And sometimes no gang at all appears on the Capitol Avenue Bridge. Okay, maybe the jocks do have lead pipes and I just misremembered. And tire. The tire is kind of interesting because not only can you just whack somebody with it, but you can send it rolling. It'll just roll over everybody in its way. If you knock it out of somebody's hands, as you saw, it can bop somebody else. And you actually can jump on a moving tire and roll over enemies with it. I don't remember what's here. WSL Company Warehouse. Okay. Yeah, this leads to the next boss. I am nowhere near set up for that just yet. But with a little more beating people up, I'm pretty sure I will be. So let's backtrack here. I'm going to keep money grinding to a minimum, but there are some things that cost a pretty penny. So I will be doing off-screen grinding, that's for sure. But this will be one of those cases where I do my money grinding off screen, and then later on, you know, I'll say, "Hey, while I was away, I bought this." Oh, also notice if the tire goes off screen, it will come rolling back. Same thing if you have a crate or a garbage can that you hit with a weapon like the chain or kick. it will come back at you. So yeah, there's no just getting rid of. You can throw a weapon off screen, and it will stay off screen unless someone comes in and picks it up on their way. But if you hit a weapon and give it momentum, it will come flying back into the play. And as I mentioned before, I don't have enough power for the Acro Circus to really take somebody out yet, but it does set them up for a fall. Willpower 2 up, stamina 16 up, max power maxed out. I found that max power is maxed out doesn't really mean much of anything. Because as you can see, it said max power is maxed out twice, and I still gained points on the life bar. On top of that, the life bar in this game seems to be kind of arbitrary. It really seems to be much more a matter of how much stamina you have left. Because I've had a 0-point life bar, and as long as I had stamina, I was still up in the fight. Okay, that's interesting. I would have expected to go into the next area instead of bouncing off the wall there. Ow. Ass. Yeah, usually if you do attacks like that, the enemies are going to fall down and stay down. But occasionally, if you're quick, you can grab them and throw them. Oh, another thing about the frat guys, they're one of the gangs that is most likely to back off if you give them pressure, like Logan just illustrated there. What's the matter? You lost your adamantium spine? And once again, I have no bars of health to speak of. So, but I have plenty of money to go shopping with, so we're going to need to use that. And I'm going to contemplate my purchases very carefully as young boy in diaper walks by. Yeah. And uglier young boy in diaper walks by. God damn. That one kid looks like someone squished his face. Yeah, it's very bad when they take the color palette. Like, you know, if they have the white there, it really does look like a t-shirt and jeans, but when it's reversed, and especially with the purple and the white, like when the white's on the bottom, it really does look like they're just wearing diapers. And what is seen cannot be unseen. So, so I want to thank you for taking this little excursion with me to River City. And always remember, if you're going to be in this place, keep a chain in your hand and quarters in your pocket. You're going to need them. Until we game again. Cut. That started out pretty well, I think. Alright, so I think that's a good time for our intermission. Okay, so enjoy some new tunes along with some classic ones. And I will see you in 20-ish. So, on new lesson learned on the list of things that you shouldn't do when you only have a couple of minutes and you're recording a show. Do not eat an entire package of peanut butter crackers. Because I kind of feel like I gorilla glued my mouth shut. And I'm sure some people out there are thinking, if only. Let me go ahead and get myself set back up there. Okay, great to have you here as always, Rick. Take care of yourself. I realize that's... I coming as it is after the intermission, I realize it's probably a little late, but what can you do? He'll hear it in... I was about to say he'll hear it in post, but that's not right. And hello, Joseph. Trying to eat a 100 grand bar while thirsty. I love 100 grands. They are... like, even with the Crispies, they're one of the best, like, just melt in your mouth candy. Yeah, I love them. Twix, too, actually. Don't have another Nutter Butter peanut cookie. I haven't had those in a long time, but those are actually pretty good. Yeah, the nice thing about that is you get the peanut taste in the crackers, too. Or not the crackers, the cookies, in addition to the peanut butter in the center. So, it's not like they're infusing the taste all the way through. That's definitely nice. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't had in a long time. Part of it because of the diabetes, but it's under control enough that I can still do a candy bar a day, and be fine. Yeah, famous last words, we'll see. But anyhow, okay, so let me get my timer going back up. Yeah, let me turn my timer sideways like it was before. That is very weird. Like I start up my phone and I have to swipe up to get through the opening screen. And then I get to the watch part and the stopwatch, and I turn it sideways, and there's a little icon I can press to. They'll say, like, you want me to flip the screen? Like, yeah, I kind of do. But that's actually nice to have, because that way if I accidentally make a wrist movement or something that turns the phone sideways, it isn't automatically flip-flop. But the thing is, I had it sideways when it timed out and went into power saver. And then when I slid up, it started in vertical again. You'd think by the orientation it would start that way by default, especially since I had selected it. But what do you know? These are those maple buns. I don't think I've ever had maple buns. Honey buns are okay. The problem I always had with honey buns is they left my fingers way too sticky. I'm not a big fan of any treat where I have to definitely hold the wrapper, and make a conscious effort not to touch the treat itself. And I know I just described most candy bars, but yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get back into the show, shall we? Sally, Charlie Brown's sister. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, start the timer. 3. Stop the timer. Maple bun is more chocolate covered candy bar, so other than some surface chocolate, nothing is sticking. Okay, that makes sense. When I heard bun, my immediate thought was like glazed bakery stuff. So I want candy. Yeah, I really do. I think we're gonna be making a trip to Walmart after this stream is over. Anyway, so timer 3, 2, 1. I've had a lot of anger issues lately. Luckily, I found an outlet. Welcome back to River City Ransom. We are currently in one of the malls and trying to build up some spare change to power ourselves up in order to deal with some of the bosses that are coming up. So, without further ado, let's make bank. Let's see. I think I'm going to try a different book, see if that helps me a bit. I'm going to try Nuclear Spy. Lycan got the Nuclear Spy? Well, I'm guessing there'll be no awards ceremony for that. Thanks for buying nothing. Come back and buy nothing again. Let's try the chow mein this time. Kick 1 up. Stamina 40 up. Max power maxed out. Okay, so I'm intentionally not going to get something else from there, because I want to get something from the pharmacy. Yeah, the drugs, basically, especially the more expensive stuff from the pharmacy, are really, really helpful when you're about to get completely beaten. Homeboy's turf. The homeboys, from what I understand, are basically like the couch potatoes. So you notice they're not running. They do, however, have a lot of strength, and I don't remember if they tend to be more defensive. Well, sometimes, as we see. You'll notice also some gangs give more money than others. Yeah, like they're worth 75 cents a piece, so these are pretty good guys to beat up and take their money. I almost said grind on. Also, the homeboys, as you'll notice, tend to prefer punching to anything else. And man, could they ever punch. Give me my chain. Yeah, I'm going to switch around the gangs a little bit, just to get some of the ones that are worth more to fight. And the jocks only have 60 cents on them. That's weird. Guess that scholarship money doesn't go as far as it used to. Yeah, damn, I thought I had a croissant still. I must have eaten that. Lycan read the book. Yes, late reading about a nuclear spy. I'm guessing this was Baby's first Tom Clancy novel. Strength 4 up, okay. Willpower 5 up. The mob's turf, oh boy. These guys are nothing to fuck with. The mob are ridiculously tough. They tend to block a lot. And their favorite types of weapons are lead pipes. Now, you wouldn't know it from here, considering they're all toting chains. But if you're going to run into... and a stick. But if you're going to run into an enemy with a lead pipe, it's more than likely going to be a mob member. This is going much better than it has any right to. And of course, the first boss, Moose, was a mob member also. Time out, let me read this book. Yeah, exactly. Pepper beef. There's actually a Chinese place right near me that has a seafood medley. Or I'm sorry, they call it the Happy Family. And it's bits of lobster, scallops, and shrimp, along with pork, chicken, steak, and all kinds of different vegetables. And it is one of the best things I've ever had. Now it's like you are required to have 2 meals out of it. They do not understand portion control, and I am perfectly fine with that. I think I'm going to reread Nuclear Spy and get my strength further up. Yeah, 'cause to the best of my knowledge, this did not have diminishing returns if you did the same thing. I'm sorry to be making you so hungry, kitten. Nope, still the same stats. And this was... oh, that's right, this is the French restaurant. One of the things that makes a guide to this game very handy, you can't necessarily go by the prices of things to know how well they're going to work. Especially if you're trying to... raise one thing over the other. God damn it, I can't even afford milk. I can't got milk. I don't want to deal with frat guys. Jocks, slightly better. I will say, by the way, in that last scenario, I did not expect the mob to be there. I usually don't expect the mob to show up until later. In fact, the second boss you face in the game is actually the leader of the mob. I guess that would make him the capo or whatever. I still can't get over the idea of a jock with glasses. Oh Christ! And I have no place to jump onto. Yeah, this isn't going to work. I would feel a lot more comfortable fighting the mob if, yeah, if you're going to do brass knuckles, you want to punch. And of course, using the kick button throws weapons, so there is that. In lieu of anything else, I'll take this. But, yeah, fighting the mob is just a dicey proposition if you don't have a way to stun lock them. God damn it! I was getting ready to tumble for you. Okay, I've never done that before. I have never acro-circused onto a rail. Also, I've never managed to acro-circus a lead pipe away from me. That is impressive. Something to note, by the way, a regional difference, localization change from Japan to the US. His eye was really fucked up for a second. But yeah, localization change from Japan to the US. In the Japan version, all of the different gangs were characters from different schools. And because, you know, Japan, they had, you know, school uniforms. Or in some cases, they were basically wearing jackets from their schools in addition to their normal outfits. But because of the way the resolutions worked out, they could easily be mistaken for everybody being in bathrobes. Want the unabridged edition of those books. Yeah, he bought the Cliff Notes Acro Circus. Yeah, so they changed it to the just t-shirt and jeans look. You know, part of me always wanted to see the sprite for Alex and Ryan here just get slowly fatter the more stuff they you know, toss down their the more stuff they toss down their pie holes. Kind of like with the Wii Fit thing and the body mass index, where it would bloat up your me if it thought you were fat. But I guess I'm kind of glad it doesn't do that here, because, you know, I don't need to be body shamed by my game systems. Damn. Asshole. Still don't have enough power to knock somebody down with the Acro Circus. Or yeah, knock down. I think they did pretty good naming all these gangs, considering they had a maximum of 5 spaces. For all these gang members, I should say. Okay, that's enough with the lead pipe. I'm going to dance with the date I brought. Yeah, River City Ransom is a game that really leans... Oh, cool. Did the jump kick out of the Acro Circus. That could be good. It really heavily leans into its RPG elements. If you don't go grinding and buying stuff, then you're going to be in deep shit. Okay, so that way leads nowhere. Alright, I may regret this, but... And the thing is, this is odd to see the homeboys here, because this is usually one of the first places you see the rank and file for the mob. And the WSI Company warehouse, very familiar looking terrain there to anyone who's played Double Dragon. Yeah. I'm wondering if Is This Fun Yet was some kind of, even though they did localize this, which gives them a lot more freedom to interpret the text, I wonder if it was some kind of bastardization of Are We Having Fun Yet? So this is a little tricky. You got to do a lot of maneuvering around here, and it's fairly precise because you do have the you do have some of the ceiling sections in your way. You gotta watch the tire there. Also, the members of the mob that are in here have a bad habit of appearing on one side and then the other. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, I got some power still. Rocco, you got past Moose? I'll handle you now. And that's a great way to start that off. Now, Rocco is a very furious, defensive character, as you can see. Fortunately, he doesn't last that long. Blade is in Sherman Park. He's waiting. So we got Jocks again. And totally whiffed that shot. Notice also that there is a fence back there, or a brick wall rather. But it's not the kind you can just straight jump on, because it's a little higher than normal. It's times like this when I'm glad my webcam is broken, because... Dear God, the look on my face. Oh, shit. I think I want to go into the tunnel. And we have the squids. Hey, Morty, you gotta destroy River City. You gotta destroy River City, Morty. Well, shitload of good that did. So the squids, in defiance of all 80s logic, are the nerds, and they are tough. They're like Revenge of the Nerds on steroids. Oh, and also, Merlin's Mystery Shop. Excalibur, Zeus's Wand, Rodan Wing, Gold Medal, Isis Scroll. Expensive stuff, but these are some of the biggest stat boosters in the entire game. The one downside, well, one of the downsides, first off, with Excalibur, you can't actually wield it, even though you have to keep it equipped. And the other downside, very expensive. This was actually spoofed in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, which is very much itself a takeoff of River City Ransom. In here, there's a mystery shop in the bridge, or I'm sorry, in that game, where Scott Pilgrim's roommate William Wallace runs it. So I'm going to buy the one thing that I can afford. Oh, and by the way, before anybody says anything, this is about an Egyptian deity, and that's the only meaning of it. Squids are still here. That's a problem. And squids have a buck each on them. That's nice. More squids, that's not nice. Get me the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ, more squids. Let's see what this Isis scroll does. I think this is a one use. I can use the Isis scroll. What am I supposed to do with this thing? I gotta be honest, I'm not sure myself. Throw power 20 up. Yay, I throw up. There may or may not be a boss in this area, I don't honestly remember, but that's what I wanted to do. Get to the next mall. Flatiron's books. Okay, so we once again have stone hands and dragon feet, and now we have fatal steps. Fatal steps you really don't get a lot of chance to use. What it does, if someone is knocked down but they are not knocked out of the fight, you can do a jump near them and it will translate into a short hop that stomps on them and kills them. The thing is, you can accomplish the exact same thing by chucking the chain at them, or doing a Acro Circus flip either at the start or at the end, right near them. So Fatal Steps to me just takes up a space and really doesn't make any sense. Okay, so nothing here. I assure you we're open. The Roman Cow. Ice cream, Roman shake, cola float. I don't want a Nero pizza. It'll be all burned. And there'll be some jerk fiddling while I eat it. But let's have some lasagna. La 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 lasagna. You want some lasagna, magnifico? Stamina 48 up. Might come back for some ice cream. We'll see. I think this is a pharmacy. Oh no, candy store. These are just going to do, I think, 1 point stat boosts, maybe 2. Let's have a lollipop. And while I'm here, can I also buy a chainsaw? Also interesting spelling, because I'm used to lollipop being one word and spelled with an I. But, you know, what are you going to do? Flatiron's Mall continues. Okay, Happy Feet Shoes, one of our first shoe stores. Okay, now the shoes that I am after are the Texas boots. These are incredibly good at raising kick and agility. The Army boots are not bad either, but if you're going to spend that money on it, you might as well go to the most popular thing. And we also have a few other things. Not sure what the mod boots are supposed to be. I think the insoles are something for agility. I'm not going to worry about it yet, but I'm definitely going to keep this place in mind. Steak. Oh boy. I won't even go into the steak meal that I had a couple of days ago. But God, yeah, let your mother wear the Army boots. Your mother wears combat boots. Well, yeah, because she was a Navy SEAL. What's your point? Remember when that used to be an insult, and now it's like, you know, yeah, now it means something totally different. Okay, let's get ourselves some sirloin here. And they gift wrapped it. Very nice of them. Merry Christmas, son. Here's a dead cow. Toys! Very expensive stuff here for stat boosts. I remember I got the Techno Belt a lot as a kid. But in case I forget to get back to it, I remember the Maze Craze and Decathlete games, and I think maybe Hyperball. When he uses them, it's like Alex took a break and played the Maze Craze game. It's almost as fun as River City Ransom. So just in case I forget to say it later, yeah, that's FAO Schwartz. FAO Schmucks, give us your money. CD seller. I can't afford anything here, but these are for stat boosts. Okay, and that's the end of the mall, so I'm going to go back. And that was the candy place. I love the fact that the candy place and the butcher shop are right next to each other. Alright, let's try the Nero pizza. Nice. Oh no, the candy shop and the, that's right, the candy shop is not next to the, butcher. Fudge. The phrase "Lycan got the fudge bar" just out of there. So the shoe store is next to the butcher. So maybe they coordinate. Like when the cow comes in, the shoe store gets the hide to make the moccasins or whatever, and the butcher shop gets the meat. Also, I would like to note that nobody blinks twice at this guy who's just carrying a chain through the stores. God damn it. You do have to be careful throwing things like crates at close range, because it is very easy for the crates to bounce back and pop you in the noggin. Okay, well from this position I should be able to handle these guys a little bit easier. Way up on the fence. I don't know if that guy ever played for that band. I come from a land above you. Chain in your face, make you really hurt. Can't you see the Lycan? You better run. You better run, because I'm striking. I feel like I should call the band up and personally apologize for that. Squids. And again, you gotta be careful. Ow! Dick. This blows my day. Whatever, Erwin. Oops. These are all good guys to money grind off of, but even with this method, it is risky. Linus. Why is Linus in a street gang? You'd think he'd made all that money from his operating system. And maybe Slick forced him to fight, or something would happen to a security blanket. Yeah, now see, they clearly know you're there because they're turning to look. Byron, thank you for all the wonderful poetry, sir. Waldo, there he is. Felix. Felix the squid. The asshole fucking squid. Okay, yeah, I was curious to know what would happen because he was up on the fence. Would he attack? Would he not? He was on the fence. He's the Money Loose psychiatrist Booth went under. Oh, so he was sponging off her. Well, how much could they have really made at 5 cents a pop? Even at rates back then. Oh, jeez, Rick. I know I made that joke already. I don't care. see what this sirloin I bought does. Lycan took a break and cooked the sirloin. So just happens to have a barbecue grill with me. Boy, that was a great piece of meat. Burp. Punch 2 up. Throw power 3 up. I don't think you should eat something and then have throw power increased. Unless, you know, projectile vomiting is one of those techniques from the books. Lycan ate the fudge bar. Right after the steak. Puke. Kick 1 up. Willpower 1 up. Lycan licked the lollipop. Ladies. Throw power 1 up. Willpower 1 up. Did any of you ladies out there kind of throw up in your mouth a little bit when I made that joke? You should have. You really should have. I don't blame you in the least. Okay, you know what? I got a good amount of money here. Let's go for the lamb leg. Man, I'm just... there's this place in Baltimore. I think they're still around. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a steakhouse where they gave you this chip. And one side was green, one side was red. And they would come around with just various cuts of beef. And as long as your chip was green, they would just keep loading your plate up with meat. And as soon all you had to do to refuse was just turn the chip red. Cook the lamb leg. Great piece of meat. Punch 2 up. Willpower 24 up. This is one of the downsides of the way the grinding works in this game. Because you do end up spending a fair amount of your money just getting your health back. Fortunately, with the gangs having the number of members they do, I think each gang has 10. If you find a gang like the mob or the squids that give you a good amount of money every time, you can accumulate pretty quick. Yeah, we'll have another of those pizzas. And, you know what? We'll wash it down with a cola float. Why was the cola float served in a coffee cup? Let me see where I am here. Yeah, my throwing went up really well. If you actually get your throwing up to a high enough level, you can actually take somebody out just by throwing a weapon and hitting them. But I'm quite away from that. I want to say that happened somewhere around 60 or 70. Nobody here. Men at work, but nobody here. I guess that's a union break. Let's see what's past here. Vacant third wheel factory. Well, no wonder the factory's vacant. Nobody wants a third wheel. Yeah, these guys run around a lot, as you can see, so keeping them on one side of you is a challenge in and of itself. And the fact that they run very erratically like that means the squids are like very likely Like, very likely. Yeah, that's the Valley Girl gang. The squids are very likely to surround you. So they're one of the gangs that work with much more of a teamwork aspect. I don't know if I want to go in there just yet. Oh, the internationals. Okay. These are foreign exchange students. And I don't remember what their skill set specifically is. Apparently my skill set is fucking up jumps. Ow. And as you can see there, I can whack somebody with an item while they're down and take them out. Always want to move a little bit to make sure that... Always want to move a little bit to make sure that I don't get hit by the rebounding crate. Okay, so they have a $1.20 on them. Very nice. They got sent here with a lot of money. And they actually were not that hard to deal with. The internationals, I believe, do have a boss. And there would be a boss that normally shows up here, so maybe I have to beat up some mob guys first. And you were going to fall off the edge, and I... You know what? Actually, I do want that. Max. So was that Max from Max Wright from Alf? I mean, he had the glasses and everything. He looked like Willie Tanner. Well, I took a risk going that way. You guys are a bunch of dumbasses. I know you saw your compatriot go in there. Now, the big risk there, even though I have the ledge to work with, is someone could very easily pick me up and chuck me into the abyss. Fortunately, that didn't happen. Okay, so, I don't remember, of course, what goes on from here. Got a decent amount of money back up, so what I'll probably end up doing is exploring a little further and then heading to the next mall. And hopefully at the next mall, I will finally have the technique that I really, really want. So, thank you all for joining me. And always remember, when playing in abandoned warehouses, you know, mind the gap until we game again. Cut. I had no idea where I was going with that. Okay. Do a quick save here. All right. Start the timer. 3, 2, 1. We're beating up random passers-by and stealing their pocket change, and we're the good guys. Welcome back to River City Ransom. We are currently in the abandoned warehouse, and I am pretty sure that I skipped over something because I think there should have been a boss that appeared here. But there is some backtracking I'm going to have to do anyway, so we will all figure that out together. So without further ado, let's always remember a warehouse is not a warehome. I don't know where I was going with that. Downtown, sometimes enemies will appear here. Oh, Kill Mall. Okay. Please let this be the place I'm thinking it is. Oh, Kill Bookstore. Yes! Okay. This book right here, this is what I want. Grand Slam. Now, what Stone Hands and Dragon Feet do for punching and kicking, Grand Slam does for weapons. With Grand Slam, you will not only do a triple swing of the weapons for a triple hit, but it completely ignores the animation for the. Or actually, I should amend that. It doesn't ignore the animation for the back swings. It just speeds them up. So instead of having them be like 1 second or half a second, so you can go whap 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 like that. Stone Hands and Dragon Feet do the same thing basically, so you can get multiple shots in that don't have a chance to be blocked, unless somebody blocks them right away. With Grand Slam and the chain, I can wreck everything. This Grand Slam and the chain tear the game in half. So naturally, I'm going to want that. So I'm going to be building up some money so I can get that favorite toy of mine, now that I know where to get it. But let's just see what else is here. In fact, actually, I think something might be that way. It is. I think this is the only mall where that happens. Oh, we were talking about cookies earlier? Let's see. I have to be honest, I thought Toll House was a brand name. I think, what was that, Keebler? I didn't know it referred to a type of cookie, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Couldn't blimey funk, bluesy funk band Grand Slam of the Chain. That was that like the Jesus and Mary chain? Eat a cookie, get better at tossing. Yeah. Or it could increase your intelligence, so eat a cookie, remember your data. Okay. I'm going to pass on the cookies. Let's see what we got here. The tea bag. Fresh juice, lemon tea, herbal tea, carrot cake, pound cake. Oh, this must be Sammy Hagar's favorite establishment. I'm just kidding. This is nowhere near Cabo. In honor of my mother's favorite dessert, let's have a piece of carrot cake. Weapon 2-up. Good choice. That was good cake. My personal favorite is like a Boston cream cake. You normally see like Boston cream pie, but occasionally you can get a cake that's in that configuration. I don't think there's anything this way. No, always check left. This I think is the only mall that is structured in that manner. Read all about it. Discover on the cruise. Wait, read all about it. So the only book they have here is Stephen King's book about Pennywise. Okay, so this is the last skill book, Javelin Man. Javelin Man is one of those things that maybe you can get some use out of it, but not always. What Javelin Man does, if an enemy is down, and you pick them up and throw them, instead of being thrown in an arc, they will be thrown in a horizontal spiral. And any enemies that get in their way, you can actually just run past them. Or you can run along with them behind them. Any enemies that get in their way will be completely plowed over. I don't have a lot of use for Javelin Man, but because it is so funny, it might be worth getting to just show off. But it's not something I'm going to prioritize. Lord, I was born a Javelin Man. Trying to make a living in, ow, my head. Hack's Chicken Shack. Formerly Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Under new management. Chick Witch Dark Meat White Meat Combination. Toll House. Oh, Toll House is Nestle. Oh. They bought the rights from the real Toll House in, what's that, Maine? Desastorius, hi! Welcome to the stream. Very glad to see you. Always glad to have new folks here. Or if you were lurking, always glad to have new folks in the chat. Much appreciated. So let's see. Let's do a combo. Just give me like one whole side of the bird. I'll eat that here. Next up, willpower, stamina 60. Okay, one thing I do remember about this place. So number one, we can do the smile again. And I blush. I remember just getting the gravy and just thinking he's like straight up drinking it. Or in this case, eating the presumably styrofoam bowl. Or paper bowl. I don't know, with it, this was the 80s, so you could still have styrofoam bowls for everything. And, you know, and you could potentially, you know, have either plastic or paper, but either way, you shouldn't be eating the damn things. Oh yes, you know somebody had fun coming up with all these stores. Oh, you know it. Stamina 14. I love coleslaw, if it's done right. So I'll have some coleslaw. I thought we'll get that to go. Okay, same as before. Get an iced tea. Get that to go. I hate fast food places that put drinks in the bag. Like, give me a goddamn drink carrier if you're going to give me anything. It's happened to me so often. Inevitably, they won't seal the top right. The drink will leak out of it, roll down to the bottom of the cup, and then it'll soak the bag, and the bag will get weak and plush all over the sidewalk. Never fails. I'm like, why do you do that, you dumbasses? I know that's happened to you at least once. Cedar Street Drugs. Now notice how street is in lowercase, so this is the place that should be that should be like selling, you know, pot and crack and shit. Okay, so I love the names here. Vitamins, Date Saver. I wonder what that could be. I'm guessing that's either like some kind of halitosis thing, or maybe it's KY. Love Potion, number 9.95. Antidote 12. That reminds me of a product, but I can't think of what it is. It might be Robitussin, because I seem to remember Robitussin having some kind of numbers on it. I could be wrong. And Karma Jolt. You know what? I'm going to get this for the girl that keeps smiling at me. She said what I need is this. I think this is... Okay, okay, I have to do this. I don't really need it right now, but I have to do this. Brace yourselves. Sauna. Yes. One of two times I can remember a bare ass in a licensed Nintendo game. The other time was in Star Tropics. When you talked to a pig, it said oink and then turned around and showed you its ass. And it turned toward the upper part of the screen so you could clearly see, the cheeks and crack and everything. But the fun part about that, if you talk to another person in that same area, they welcomed you and said they were roasting a pig for a celebration in your honor. His butt was smiling, yes, especially with those two little dimples. Oh man. I apologize for mooning my audience, but that was, yeah, that part's always so great. Willpower maxed out. Stamina 6 up. Max power 6 up. Now the whole point of the sauna, by the way, this is very close to the end of the game, so this is basically your renewal for close to the end. Also something important about the sauna, or the health club, if you beat Benny and Clyde at the bridge earlier, they will reappear there. So they will appear twice in the game, and you can beat them up again if you want. But in order to do that, you have to have beaten them the first time. And this area, I don't know if it actually has a lot of enemies on a regular basis. Assholes. Yeah, you two are in bad positions, and I want your money, so this is actually a really good position to money grind, because as long as you maneuver everybody away from the pits, you can do this technique and be relatively safe while you're taking care of everything. And you also know that they're not going to you also know that nobody else is going to run in on you. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I glitched on the side there. By the way, you notice how I'm just barely on the rail there? That's what happens if I accidentally push down. Wang! Oh my god, I broke his wang. I'm so sorry. So with apologies, this is... Asshole. So with apologies, this is a place where I am going to do some on-screen grinding, because goddamn you. And that is one time I wish I had Dragon Feet, because then I'd just kick them 3 times and they'd be done. But the chain does have an advantage here, because it will stretch down far enough to reach them from the platform. And I missed out on his money. Damn it. Yeah, I'd like to see what the itemization is on a refund for a smile, or on the receipt rather, and also how do you file that on your taxes? Yeah, you know what? I'm getting kind of shellacked here. All I need is Love Potion. Love Potion is all I need. No comments there at all. Holy shit! That is the power of love, Huey Lewis. Oh, squids. Okay. Okay, that's weird. Usually these guys pair up on these platforms. I don't usually see three of them there. Yeah, that's right. They're worth $1 a piece. Okay. That's right. Nerds got money. That's why the jocks keep beating them up for it. Whee! Okay, now I wonder if... Okay, that's the second time that's happened. Now, in this case, I wonder if the guy down there just appeared because the other guy, like, pieced out and disappeared. And now another one's just shown up there. And he's just a total phantom. Nothing. Okay, he exists. Not anymore, but he existed. That's weird. And that was not the same guy. Okay, well, something went wrong there. It is amazing in this game how everyone is helpless if you happen to jump up to another platform. Oh my God, he's 6 inches more. He's 6 inches away from where he was before. We can't possibly do anything. Asshole. They really did get good representation with the internationals. I do like the fact that there's one named Akbar, even though he does not look Middle Eastern in the least. Yeah, there we go. He's kind of Middle Eastern in the same sense that Ashok the intern from Dilbert was Middle Eastern. Or from India, I should say. Or maybe I'm just nuts, never mind. Okay, so they're $1.10. I've heard the phrase, what are you, $1.10 before? I don't really know exactly what the connotation is. Wow. And immediately a pipe comes flying at me. It was an unsuccessful mob hit. And the Ballad of Lefty and Mouse. Much less popular than the Ballad of Poncho and Lefty. Louie, Louie, wham! Give me your money now. Aye, 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 aye. I meant to swing, not throw. This is a good time, by the way, to mention some of the many sequels and spiritual sequels that River City Ransom has produced. For starters, there was a redo or updated version of this for the Game Boy Advance called River City Ransom EX. And in addition to some updated graphics and such that you would expect, it also added some new things to the shop system. I think some new fighting techniques as well. So it wasn't just a direct port. There was some add-ons to this. Second is a game that is actually official called River City Ransom Underground. So the way this came about, when Technos Japan was forced to shut down in the 90s, American Technos actually lasted a little longer than the Japanese counterpart. They were absorbed into by a company, I forget the name, unfortunately, and then eventually there was a parent company that bought Technos and all the properties. They mainly did that because they wanted the Kunio-kun series rights. But a fan had actually, in between that, bought the rights to River City Ransom and was working on a sequel that he was going to try and self-publish or work with somebody to publish. He actually got a successful Kickstarter done for it, and it would have seen the light of day except for one small problem. There was at one of the electronics entertainment expos, there was an official River City Ransom, which was River City Ransom EX, announced 1 year before he was going to go and publish his. So that really put the kibosh on his plans. But he made out okay because he actually not only finished the game to become River City Ransom Underground, but he also managed to get a deal worked out with, Arc System Works, which was the parent company of Technos Japan and the people who eventually ended up with all the licenses. So that is now available on Steam, and I think it's available on some other platforms, so something worth looking into if you're a River City devotee. Also, as far as spiritual sequels, I'm sorry, before I get into the spiritual sequels, there was another game that was published using the good move there, Squid O' Mine. There was another game that was published with the official licensing in mind called River City Tokyo Rumble, and that was on the 3DS by digital download, I believe. Finally, as far as spiritual sequels go, there is, of course, River City Girls 1 and 2. And there was a fan-made movie, live-action version of River City Ransom called River City Rumble, put out in 2003 by a small, at the time, studio named X-Strike Studios, which frankly sounds like a super move that you'd have done in Children of the Atom, but there you go. Okay. That was risky and it didn't turn out entirely how I wanted it. But the movie is just cheesy fun. It's like it's like a friends getting together and making a movie project, and it just happens to be about River City Ransom. So, and there's a couple of other things that are somewhat spoofed in there, like I think Double Dragon and such. But if you can get your hands on a copy of that, I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Now, seeing Herb there, this will show you how old I am. Way back in the 80s, like the mid-80s, Burger King had a thing going with a guy named Herb, who was a guy that didn't like Burger King food for some reason, and he was portrayed as like a super nerd. He'll punch you once and forget about it. You know what? You guys aren't worth going back and forth and beating up for the money. You don't give me enough. But they eventually did a contest with Herb where the actor who played him in the commercials would appear in the restaurant. They'd pick one of the restaurants at random for him to appear in, and if you went up to him and identified him, you would win some big cash prize. I think it might have even been $1 million. So yeah, you know, this guy who doesn't like Burger King food suddenly became the most popular guy at Burger King. Very, very strange. Oh, what the hell happened there? And I didn't mean to do that. Come on, ass face, get down and throw down. You'll be sorry, barf. I am so glad there was a guy here named Waldo and a guy named Morty, like years before most people would have picked up on the relevance of that. Or would appreciate it, at least. Howie! Before he became a germaphobe and hosted America's Got Talent. Actually, maybe Howie was always a germaphobe. I don't know. You wouldn't know it to look at his early stuff. Oh, shit. By the way, if you think these guys have cool names, wait until you meet, not these guys necessarily, but some of the other gangs. Wait until you meet some of the later game gangs. It's weird how you only find out their names after you beat them up. Are you checking their IDs as you went through their wallets? Yeah, I guess you're looking for a, you know, medic card or something, you know, or their health insurance. Well, every once in a while they'll pipe up during the fight. You know, so it's not always afterwards that all that goes down. Bernie? Bernie sanded off the last part of his name. I'm also glad they didn't fall into the trap of having most of the squids be glass-wearing guys. Just because you wear glasses doesn't mean you're a nerd. It helps your cred, but, you know. Oh, shit. Okay, fortunately they were both tired when they got up. Let's see how much money I have now. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. Pick up. I think this was the one. Yeah! I also love the fact that almost every bookstore here, just about everything they sell is the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. Oh, and also let's not forget the tried and true RPG thing of actually activating the thing you just bought. Lycan read the book. Acquired a technique called Grand Slam. Ba-da-da-ba-da. Let's have a refreshing sip of beverage. Defense 1 up. Stamina 16 up. In between this session and the next, I'm going to have to take a look and see exactly what some of these things do. And in just a second, I will show you Grand Slam. So you notice how we swung the chain before, right? Yep. Go ahead, run into my wall of chain. This is especially funny with the chain because it looks like a crooked helicopter. With Grand Slam, there is very little chance of somebody blocking your weapon strike and not being able to you not being able to get the attack in. And as you can see, even if they do, you can just keep at it, and eventually their defense will break. You're also much more likely with the chain and Grand Slam to be able to intercept somebody running in to attack you. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and backtrack now, because eventually I will come back for the Texas boots, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet. See how many of these guys come at me without me having to... I have successfully made that leap before. It is possible. I think it's one of those things where agility helps, so having the Texas boots would probably have been a good idea. But I don't have them yet, so what can you do? And the reason that jump is possible is because that's your only way back across. So against the wall here, and... Nope, I can make it. I can make this, I swear. There you go. You gotta just jump from the high part at the last possible second. Yeah, you're not worth bothering. Even though you're not worth bothering, I took you out. I don't know why. Yeah, and you can come down with the Grand Slam going and just neutralize everybody. Pipe dream. What the? You're not supposed to be up here. How'd you get up here? That is not supposed to happen. Well, you were just surprising me left and right. Oh, and we got a boss. I forgot there was a boss here. Let's see who it is. Mojo. To see Thor, you gotta toast all 3 zombies. Yeah, the zombies are a gang in this. An elite group of the elite, basically. Unbelievable. You're as mean as a zombie. Zombie, zombie. Look for Thor in the factory's back room. Okay, yeah. That's why Thor didn't show up before, because I had to beat Mojo first. I did not have my Mojo rising. Armstrong threw away and nobody here. Well, I think I'm going to have a little bit of trouble getting back to the next mall, especially doing it without taking a hit, even with the Grand Slam. So this would probably be a good time for me to do some of my off-screen grinding. I'll probably do some off-screen buying as well, and in between here and now, I'll go ahead and look up what all these things do so I can build my stats the way I want to. So you'll probably come back and see me a very different ass kicker. So, meantime, thank you very much for joining me, and always remember, literacy is important because reading allows you to kick all kinds of ass. So, take care, everyone, until we game again. Cut. Alright. Drop my save here. Man, I didn't realize how much I missed this game. Such a good time. Okay. So then, so we'll end as we traditionally do, with the reading of the Patreons. Mike Panza, Rick in Baltimore, Viceroy Scorn, D. Ioti, Jumpy Cat, Shin Majin, and the post-production contributions of Matthew Carr Anderson, and of course all of the wonderful support of all of my Lycanthro fans. Always, always wonderful to have you here. So, so next week, obviously, River City Ransom will continue, and next week I am still streaming on Wednesday. Even though it's, National Half Price Candy Day Eve, one of 4. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an appropriate game that would be a nice, anti-Hallmark moment. Working on what that would be. You keep buying multiple smiles and anger at the sales lady. I don't think she ever gets pissed off about it, actually. I think she just has that one canned response because she's, if you've ever worked retail, you would know this. They always tell you to smile. I had a regional manager when I was at GameStop. Her name was Betty, which, between, like, every Betty I've ever known in real life is a, complete, thundering, asshole. Meanwhile, every Betty I don't know, or fictional Betty, Betty Rubble, Betty Boop, Betty Page, Betty White, is freaking awesome. But she was always upset with me because I didn't smile that much, and also, whenever she asked how I was, I always told her, I'm like, I'm doing all right, I'm doing okay. She's like, why don't you ever tell me you're doing great? I'm like, well, you want me to lie to you? I mean, if I need to lie to my boss, just tell me. She obviously didn't like that, but I am a genuine guy, a genuine salesperson. I know it's an oddity, but they are out there. But anyway, want to thank everybody, Misfit, Joseph, Desastoris, Rick, Scorn, anyone I might have forgotten, I duly apologize. But everyone who was watching and just enjoying and watching the replays, watching the channel, yeah, by all means, keep on liking and subscribing. And if you know somebody that you think might dig this, please, recommend they check my channel out. I really do want to grow this this channel, and my goal actually by the end of the year is 530. I'll explain that another time. But yeah, I want to have 530 subs by the end of the year. So, Any rate, thank you very much. We'll have, oh, real quick, uploading schedule is going to be a little odd. There are going to be 2 videos on Friday, or not Friday, Sunday. Then the finale for Love Bites will be up on Wednesday, and there will only be 1 video uploaded that Sunday. So I'm kind of staggering out the end of the week's publications a little bit. And coming up soon, I'm not sure when, I might have a week where I just take off and either not do uploads and possibly not do the stream either, or possibly both. Mainly because there are other things I need to catch up on, and I want to try to get some videos pre-done to, give me a backlog to work with. But anyhow, thank you very much for being here. Always a pleasure. Glad I can entertain. So be well. And one little quick piece of advice, when you're on your way to the mall, don't go beating people up for money. It's not going to bounce out of their pockets, and it's just not good form. So, in all other respects, take care. Until we game again.